this is another topic that I've talked about in the past, but I wanted to give this example because I feel it really represents how important, for more people to comprehend this, how important this is. When Trump gets elected and RFK gets to do what he wishes to do, and that is sort of regulating more of the food, the chemicals that go into the food, all of the things that, like the seed oils and so on. He's talking about regulating some of them. He's talking about eliminating some of the colorings in food, and a lot of other things related to food and health and wellness. I'm not sure if a lot of you remember, but about 10 years ago is when the organic food and the organic choices became more aware of people, and more people started, demanding more organic food, less pesticide, non-GMO food. That demand for organic food started, like I said, about 10 to 15 years ago. From there, food companies then had to keep up with the demand. They started offering more and more organic choices. And that pretty much has gotten us to where we are right now. The main thing regarding regulation is, when RFK gets to do what he wishes to do, it's a great thing in a way to share more information, the reason why you might want to remove the food colorings from the food and how harmful it is to the physical body, because that information has not been really shared widely within the mainstream view. And so, in a way, that's a good thing because it is spreading more awareness of what has been poisoning us for many, many years. But at the same time, if regulations are imposed and it's done through regulation, not demand, the regulations, no matter what they are or how good intended they are, it's going to cause less freedom. And so it's almost like I do see that it's going to be like a stepping stone for us when some of these regulations might actually help with eliminating some of these things from the food supply. But at the same time, it's going to cause a lot of disruption within the food, pipeline. And, when these companies, a lot of them might revolt and actually raise prices because they're being told that they have to do it. It's not coming from the demand of the people saying, well, I'm going to stop buying these other ones and I'm going to start only buying organic food like we've been doing for the last 10 to 15 years. A lot of people are, because of those, there might be fluctuations in the food prices. A lot of people might revolt from that scenario and so on. And so my main point of bringing up this topic is to always keep in mind that demand is always going to be a better scenario for people when we make the choice within us to say, okay, I am no longer going to buy GMO food. I am only going to be buying organic food. Again, that is demand. When we are simply sitting back and we're not even really caring what the heck we eat or whatever else, and somebody else says, well, you can't eat this anymore. A lot of people are like, well, why are you telling me what I can and cannot eat? Do you see how that actually does create a restriction in freedom? And anytime there's a restriction in freedom, that is not necessarily moving into more expanded freedoms. It's more constriction and control. So even though there's going to be benefits from these changes that are going to be put in play, I see them as only stepping stones for us to integrate more awareness of we should be looking, instead of imposing more and more regulations, to say, okay, we're going to do this now, but going forward, we should be looking how we can eliminate laws, regulations, and rules. And therefore, that's what we should be looking forward to doing in the future. Eliminating more and more laws and regulations to allow for more freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of choice of what we do with our bodies, and so on. That is imperative going forward regarding our shift in consciousness and us moving into more wholeness in the world, and so on.